Hi guys, here we have a question that reads, the National Survey of Family Growth conducted by the Center for Disease Control gathers information on family life, marriage and divorce, pregnancy, infertility, use of contraception, and men's and women's health. One of the variables collected on this survey is the age at first marriage. 5,534 women randomly sampled between 2006 and 2010 had a mean age of first marriage of 23.44 years with a standard deviation of 4.72 years. Find a 90% confidence interval for the mean age of first marriage of women in the population. So to start off the question, we first start by highlighting the key facts of the question. So here I can see that the sample size, there were 5,534 women in the sample, and the mean age of those women was 23.44 years, and the standard deviation of the age of those women was 4.72 years. Okay, so let's write that down. So our sample size which is represented by n, it's going to be 5,534. The sample mean, which is represented by x bar, sample mean, which is x bar, it's going to be 23.44 years, and the sample standard deviation, which is represented by S, is going to be 4.72 years. Okay. And now we're asked to find a 90% confidence interval for the mean age. So we're talking about the confidence interval for the mean age. Now, as you guys can see, the n here is very, very large. So essentially, we're going to use a z distribution to find the 90% confidence interval. And the formula for the confidence interval of means is given by, so the confidence interval for the mean is given by x bar, which is the sample mean, plus or minus z of alpha over 2 times s over square root of n. So essentially we have everything here. We have the x bar, we have the s, we have the n. So all we really need to find is this z of alpha over 2. So let's see how we can find that. So you have to find z of alpha over 2. Now to find that, we need to find alpha first. So alpha is given by 1 minus confidence level. So here we have 1 minus, because they're talking about a 90% confidence interval, it's going to be 0.90. So our alpha here is 0.1. So if I do alpha over 2, I get 0.1 over 2, which is 0.05. So now we're going to go to the z table and then find the corresponding z value, or the critical value, for a confidence, for a probability of 0.05. Okay, so if you look at the z table here, guys, we have the negative side here and the positive side here. So you guys can see this is the positive side and this is the negative side. But I can see that for a probability of 0.05, these are all probabilities above 0.5, so it's going to be on the negative side. So if I zoom in a little, I can see here so I can see 0.05 here. Okay, And essentially 0.05 is in the middle of this. So we're talking about negative 1.6 and between 4 and 5. So essentially we have a choice between negative 1.64 and negative 1.65. So we can take in between, we can just take 1.645, negative 1.645. Now, because we're gonna do plus and minus anyways, we can ignore the negative for now, and we can say that z of alpha over 2 is gonna be 1.645. Okay. So all we need to do now is to plug it in, the formula. So I'll copy this, copy, open up a new page, paste it here. So remember guys, our x bar was 23.44. So 23.44 plus or minus 1.645 times s over square root of n. So s is 4.72 all over square root of n. N was 5,534. So if I do that calculation, I'm going to have 23.44 plus or minus 1.645 times 4.72 over square root 5,534. So I get 0.10437. Now if I do minus first, so my lower limit is going to be 23.44 minus 0.10437, and my upper limit is going to be 23.44 plus 0.10437 in brackets. So my final answer I get is 23.44 minus 0.10437. That gives me 23.34. So for the lower limit here, and for the upper limit, I get 23.44 plus 0.10437. So I get 23.54. So that's your confidence interval right there. Now, if I was to try and interpret this confidence interval, I can say that we are 90% confident that the true population mean, now let's go back to the question and see, mean age, so we're talking about population mean age of first marriage. I can also see here mean age of first marriage of women, population mean age of first marriage for women is between 23.34 years and 23.54 years. So these values are my lower limit and my upper limit.